short video. Maybe a short video. You're fine. You're fine. About my dog, Bailey. It's not recent. I think it was about last year. He got certified as a service dog. Emotional support dog. He got a certificate, ID card. Still working on service dog training with him because he still needs to learn some discipline. I mean, he's a good listener and everything as long as you keep petting him. But if you stop petting him, you're basically his emotional support dog. And it's basically the other way around, that's what I should say. I met Bailey in 2013, I think. He was my mom's husband dog. That was Jerry. He committed suicide September 11th of 2019. But he's always been my buddy. He's always been there for me. And I kind of just took him under my wing because that's how I'm always is. I'm always the guy that will take someone under their wing and care for them. I actually was taking care of somebody in my class that took young adult class. I was trying to think of the word of it. Their cerebral palsy. I can't move at all. I basically was her favorite. Because I would read to her, I would sing to her. Sometimes I would play some music for her. On my iPad Mini 2, I have a whole playlist of songs just for her. I'm kind of a big helper, and me suffering from ADHD to ADD to a little bit of autism to anxiety to bipolar to depression. I think I have the whole list, whole 9 yards. Having an emotional support dog for the past year. I'm gonna say past 2 years. It feels like. It's been great. He can't stay here, live in my house because of rules. Even though by law he is allowed to, as long as he has his certificate, his card, and he's wearing ID on his collar, which he is right now. And he's got to be wearing his vest, which I put on him every now and then. He gets overheated sometimes. When I mean overheat, I mean he pants a lot. But he's a good dog. I call him Bailey Boo and stuff like that. Bailey Michael, he knows that word very well. He's got some good discipline on him. Just very needy. Loves attention, I should say. Needy on attention. If you start petting him, he won't let you stop. So, the whole reason I got him certified as an emotional support dog was because of COVID. I was locked up in this house. We were all locked down. And the only way I could get visiting hours for my dog, because he's kind of my just emotional support dog, was that my mom had to have all his ID certificate, stuff like that, just to drive him over here to where I live. During lockdown, because if she didn't have that stuff, she'd probably get pulled over and probably a ticket too. I don't know what would happen, but she had all the paperwork. It really helped me during COVID on lockdown. I think all dogs will help on lockdown. My first thing that helped me on lockdown was my giant Yeti that I got in Wisconsin. Love my Yeti. I also have a stuffed dog that looks like him. But my Yeti is like my favorite thing. I almost, when I was in Tennessee, I saw they had a Bigfoot. But I didn't have the money for that. If I did, I would have had Bigfoot and a Yeti. But on my Yeti, I got a pancake shop in Wisconsin. It's on clearance for $20. But what helped me through my lockdown depression is this guy right here. Sorry. I just woke up, so my eyes are all itchy and everything. So if you're thinking about getting an emotional support dog, I think you should go for it. Because there's absolutely no training needed for them to get the certificate. They get all the paperwork. It's about $150. And you just do simple questions and stuff like that, and like 2-3 weeks later you get a certificate in the mail, which I won't show on here. It has private information on it. You get a certificate, ID card, 2 ID cards to keep them close by, a vest, and an ID tag for their collar. It says Service Dog by Law. He wears all the time. A little tag for his collar. Because he doesn't wear a name tag on his collar. The only reason he doesn't wear a name tag on his collar that has his name and address on it is because the other dogs in my mom's house tend to take that off. Because I think it's because they're kind of cheap. We're trying to do cheap, and this is not cheap. It's rugged and heavy duty, so stays on. I mean, if he was living here, I would get him his name tag with his name, number, address, and stuff like that. I mean, he had plenty of name tags. They just kept breaking off because the other dog, he loves to roughhouse with the other dogs. And then one of the other dogs is a German Shepherd mixed with Pit Bull. And I say she's 300 pounds, but she's actually 100 pounds. I say 300 pounds to scare people. Because she knows when somebody's unwelcome in the house. There's actually a sign my Sorry about that. Emergency alert just happened. Amber alert. Lawrence in the air. Lawrence in the air, dark green, 2005 Honda Pilot. with Indiana paper plate L803234. It's an Amber Alert. 9:27 a.m. Okay, scared me because we usually don't get those until Thursday. We usually don't have tornadoes testing until Thursday afternoon. Thought I had those turned off because they pop up very frequently, and sometimes it's not even in our state. The state I live in. So is that the right term on you? Sorry about that. What are we talking about? That kind of really scared me. The only reason it scared me because we don't have any electronics on except for my iPad, my radio, my old radio that I have sitting on my dresser with my other stuff is not even on. And I didn't know my phone still does that because I kind of turned it off. I know you shouldn't. But anyways, getting emotional support dog during this crisis is a good thing. His benefits, Bailey's benefits of having him, he's a good tracker. He's a good hunting dog. He has hunted down squirrel, rabbit, mice even, and he will kill them. There was one time where he was sitting by a tree. He sat there for about 2 hours straight, looking at a tree, and realized there's a squirrel up in the tree. Don't want to say that word too much, he'll freak out. But he waited for the thing to come down, and boom, got it. It was crazy. So getting emotional support dog is very grateful.